My name is Anam, and I am your host for this beautiful, beautiful evening. Last time, all those who are standing, I request all of you to kindly settle down. So it's lovely to see all the smiling faces here और मैं आप सभी को बता दूं कि आप सभी बहुत ही खूबसूरत लग रहे हैं और मेरे दिल से एक शायरी निकल रही है आप कहें तो मैं पेश करूं इजाजत है सर थैंक यू सो मच तो दिल को आप सबका बेसब्री से इंतजार गौर फरमाइएगा सर दिल को था आप सभी का बेसब्री से इंतजार नजरें भी थी आपकी एक झलक के लिए बेकरार थोड़ा वॉल्यूम बढ़ा दो मेरा वॉल्यूम कम है मैं शुरुआत करूंगी दिल को था आप सभी बेसब्री से इंतजार नजरें भी थी आपकी एक झलक के लिए बेकरार आप सभी के आने से आई है कुछ ऐसी बहार आप सभी के आने से आई है कुछ ऐसी बहार कि दिल मांगे आपके लिए खुशियां बेशुमार Thank you so much. So with this, let's begin. So today we have gathered here for the Itamma Award function for the year 2021 and 22. Today we will also be conducting the felicitation of immediate past President Mr. Dhijen Mehta. Before beginning, let me tell you that due to some unforeseen circumstances, our chief guest is not able to join us here, but we would be moving ahead with your presence. Okay? So let us now begin the program. The Indian Textile, Accessories and Machinery Manufacturers Association was established in the year 1943 and is the premier body representing the textile engineering industry of the country. The association has been representing both manufacturers and dealers of textile machinery, parts and accessories across India. It has on its roll about 400 meters drawn from all centers in India. And with this, I would like to invite on stage Mr. N.D. Mhatre, Director General of Itamma, to start the proceeding and share the vision of Itamma. I request Sir to kindly come up on stage and can we welcome him with a huge round of applause. Sir to kindly come up on stage and can we welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Okay, she wants to give me the introduction and guest will be invited thereafter. Am I right? Yeah, now Itamma is the oldest and largest association. We are all aware. We were formed in 1943. And it might always take an initiative to help the members to enrich their knowledge with various activities like 5S, Lean Manufacturing, Kaizen, Six Sigma, various training programs. And we have also supported these activities with our Itamma Voice quarterly magazine. Thereafter, we have also helped our members to enhance their business through various Itamma events like catalog shows, international delegations, seminars, workshops, and many more events which are helpful to them to give them a platform to network with the business community. Fortunately, we have also on the MSME IC scheme board, ITMA being on the IC scheme board, and because of that, we are getting a lot of funds from MSME through this scheme, whereby members get an opportunity to participate in the international exhibition with the help of certain subsidy. These are very important for the newcomers who wish to know explore the international market, and this city and these funds are helpful to them to launch their business in the international market. Thereafter, we have an MOUs with about 37 Textile Research Association to help our members to interact with this association for development in technological innovations and technological developments. We also have 78 experts as industry experts on our panel. They also interact with the members. Then we have recently started BK Mehta Memorial Lecture Series and BK Mehta Modern Virtual Libraries supported by BK Mehta Technology Networking Mission, whereby we were able to invite industry experts along with government bodies, academicians and industrialists on the same platform. And this is all about my activities. Today we had a very good, fruitful managing committee meeting. Our new president who has taken charge has a dynamic mission for website development, and we are all in the digital world, smart manufacturing, 4.0 industry, and many more like artificial intelligence and all. We are going to incorporate and give a marketplace for members on our newly developed website. So this will be an initiative by Itamma. Thank you very much, and this we will take it further.
Thank you so much, sir, for setting up the tone for the event. आइए इसके साथ हम आगे बढ़ते हैं. And now I would like to invite our special guest on the dais. So, starting with Mr. R.D. Udeshi, President, Polyester Chain Reliance Industry Limited. Can we have a thunderous round of applause for him? Next, I would like to call out Mr. Purvik Panchal, President, Itamma. Mr. Nimesh Shah, Vice President, Itamma. Let's have a huge round of applause. Let's welcome Mr. Dhijen Mehta, immediate past President, Itamma. And now let's welcome Mr. N.D. Matre, Director General Tech, Itamma. I would now like to invite Mr. Purvik Panchal, President 2022-23 Itamma, to deliver the welcome address.
Hello all. Good evening. Respected Sri R.D. Udeshi, Board Member, Recron Synthetic Limited, as our guest of honor. I, on behalf of Itamma, welcome you all for today's grand event having three important sessions. We have seen entire world has faced tough time of COVID and lockdown resulted in hampering their businesses and routine operations. However, after having a control on COVID, the curtains were raised for the exhibition at national and international levels, thereby allowing Itamma to participation in 4 international and 1 national exhibitions. Now, looking at the global trend, it is noticed that the demand for the man-made fiber textile is increasing as a substitute for cotton amid changes in the global fashion trend. Currently, MMF dominates global textile fiber consumption with a 72% MMF and 28% natural fiber, whereby the global end-use demand for textile fiber is forecast to expand by an average of 2.8% per annum between 2015 and 2025, from 90.10 million tons to 119.20 million tons. And a global end-use demand for a man-made fiber is expected to increase by 3.7% in 2025. At the same time, the demand for the artificial textile machineries is also increasing with a total trade of $887 million. Looking at the global scenario, Indian government is also promoting MMF, and thus it is alarm as well as an opportunity to Indian textile machinery manufacture for the development of machine, especially for the processing of these files. I need to appreciate here that the manufacturing community has realized the importance of this trend and many had already reacted accordingly, whereby Itamma members have developed the mask making and automatic sanitizer disposal machines and disinfection chambers during the crucial and challenging lockdown period. And we feel proud of them and have also facilitated with this Itamma Special Corona Courier Warrior Award. Today, we are fortunate to have with us our guest of honor, Sri R.D. Udeshi, board member, Recron Synthetic Limited, and considering that present trends of manufacturing of MMF, his presentation on Indian textile industry globally will be definitely useful to all of us. We welcome you, sir, and thank you for spending your valuable time with us today in the Augustine gathering. I also welcome and thank you our sponsor Tata Solar for their presentation on arranging their presentation on solar energy and its benefit to the textile industry. I also welcome press and textile journalists for being with us and respecting our invitation. I, on behalf of myself and my managing team members, congratulate all award winners. We will be facilitating our immediate past president, Mr. Dhijen Mehta, for that excellent year 2021, and for Itamma with a dynamic slogan, "Show must go on." And as work is workship, I welcome and congratulate him for his successful tenure 2021. We also welcome all the participants and thank you for being with us this event. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us and encouraging us. I now request our Vice President 2023-24, Mr. Bhavesh Patel, and Honorable Treasurer 2023-24, Mr. Om Prakash Mantri, to welcome our guests, Honorable Mr. R.D. Udeshi, President, Polyester Chain Reliance Industry Limited, with a bouquet. So, R.D. Udeshi is the President, Polyester Chain of Reliance Industry Limited. Mr. R.D. Udeshi is one of who's who in the global polyester landscape and has an intricate understanding about the global and Indian textile and polyester industry. He started his journey with Reliance since 1984 and transformed Reliance Polyester from an humble 10,000 metric tons per year in 1982 to a phenomenal 3.5 million metric tons per year, with a clear focus on value addition. He was also instrumental in creating the largest integrated polyester chain globally, with a base of 14 million metric tons of PX, PTA, MEG, and other aromatic derivatives and polyester. A cost accountant by academic qualification, he started his career in Reliance's earliest businesses. filament yarn, followed by polyester fiber and subsequently heading entire polyester business. Eventually, he took the leadership role in the fiber intermediates and aromatics division, thus heading the entire polyester chain sector. He is also instrumental in creating the polyester chain platform in Malaysia by acquiring large integrated polyester and textile business of Halon, presently named as Recron, Malaysia, and PTA unit of British Petroleum. Sri Udeshi remains a humble and inspiring leader and is widely recognized as one of the best speakers of industry. With this, I now invite Mr. R. D. Udeshi, President, Polyester Chain Reliance Industry Limited, to deliver the speech on the Indian textile industry globally.
Thank you all. Thank you for, yeah, the right one, right? Thank you for your introduction. I have a privilege to be working with Reliance for last so many years, and a privilege for acquisition and development of the business. So it's my passion. And I say I don't have blood, I have polyester in my veins. So that's what taking me where I am today. I think people talk about substitution of cotton or competing with cotton as a polyester. I tell friends, my cotton friends, everybody, that we are not competing you, we are complementing you. When you make polyester cotton in a spun yarn, we are adding polyester to the cotton and getting the advantage of cotton and polyester combined together. I think the job of polyester, I think rightly you said that today the consumption of all fiber is around maybe 9 million ton, and knowing that it is growing at rapid pace, I can assure you that entire incremental consumption for using textile or other application will come only from synthetic fiber. The logic is very simple. In the last 15 years, I have been watching the production of cotton has remained stagnant in the range of 25 million ton globally, plus minus 2-3 million ton here and there, depending on the weather or the crop economics, alternate crop economics. So any incremental consumption will come only from synthetic fiber. We have been arguing with the government, telling government that for India also there are no alternatives other than synthetic fiber. Now within synthetic fiber, whether you take polyester, whether you take viscose, whether you take nylon, or you take acrylic, other than polyester have limited application. Nylon has a limited application and may not grow beyond certain limit. Acrylic also has a limited application. And viscose, wood pulp is your raw material, and due to environmental issue, I think may not be much incremental production coming from viscose. So that leaves only a polyester. I think in my presentation I have given all this, but I just want to take you through that today entire textile production is around $140 billion, roughly I'm giving you, in India. Out of 140, roughly $100 billion is for domestic use and $40 billion is for export. Government is targeting that this $140 billion has to go up in next 3 to 4 years from 140 to roughly 250 to $300 billion. This $300 billion will comprise of roughly $200 billion for domestic and maybe 75 to $100 billion for export from where we are today, which is at $40 billion. Now it's very interesting. It's logical. Today, to produce $40 billion of textile, we have availability of around 11 million tons of all fiber, which is around 5 million ton of cotton and 6 million ton of polyester plus some of the other fibers. Now, when we want to reach $300 billion or $250 billion, what we will need is incremental all fiber from where we are today, 10 to 11 million ton, to 20 million ton. Is there any possibility to produce cotton? Answer is no. The modified cotton, we have reached to 95% of the production. So scope of increasing the cotton production remains limited around 500,000 ton here and there, and it is not going to move little for availability of all the fiber. So remaining 9 to 10 million ton of all fiber, which is required to reach $250 to $300 billion, will have to come through polyester. I mean, this is the message we have been giving to government, and I think they are convinced that unless we give encouragement to polyester, there is no go, and rest of the things will remain only on the paper and there will not be any production. Or alternatively, product will come from China into India to produce textile, so the incremental value addition to produce that textile or garment will be very limited, starting from fiber getting imported, fabric getting imported, and then converting into garmenting. So that's not a good solution. So this we have been propagating. And the third thing which we have been propagating, that you need to create reinvestment economics to put the investment. Unless there are reinvestment economics, which entrepreneur will put money? If you say that I am getting only 6 to 7% return on my investment, maybe my management would say I would have put that money to fixed deposit so there are no risk and I get 9 to 10%. Just a thought process. So I think these are some of the things which comes out in our discussion with past, very past, many of the textile ministry, current minister, who is also commerce minister, and I think he agrees to it, and this is how the things are. Okay, so this is the little background on which I wanted to cover. So I think I've got a very limited presentation which covers where we are through Indian economy and how it is supporting the consumption for Indian textile, and what is the vision for Indian textile, what we say, which I already described to you, and how to work towards reaching to that vision, and of course summarizing it. We also talk with the textile industry. Producing textile or polyester is not the only solution. We need to go for production of textile machinery, accessories also. Because if we are going to import machinery from Switzerland, Germany, China, not producing those machines over here is not going to help us. So we have been encouraging government that you need to create a process by which the entire value chain, whether it is a production machinery, whether it is a production of petrochemical. I say petrochemical because you have enough refinery capacity in India. The refinery converts the crude into kerosene or diesel or other petroleum product, and you get naphtha by default, and then you convert naphtha into xylene and xylene into paraxylene, or other option is to take naphtha and crack that naphtha CO2 into next stage of conversion. Okay, so it has a monoethylene glycol or polymer, PVC, and a product. Combined together, a PTA and monoethylene glycol, you produce polyester, and take this polyester into spinning or further processing, and then convert into fabric, take this fabric into processing, and take that processed fabric into garmenting. I think once you do that, I think we will achieve the entire value addition beyond crude to garmenting. That value addition will be difficult to compete by others because most of the other manufacturers leaving China will have to have some portion of the value chain to be imported into that system so that they are vulnerable. Whether it is Vietnam, whether it is Bangladesh, whether it is Sri Lanka, whether it is other garmenting manufacturers, they will find it difficult and they will have limited value addition. This is the background I wanted to give. Okay, this is short-term strong growth. So what we are seeing is India to be the fastest growing major economy globally. I think this is seen. We don't need to prove that. Today, we are talking about 5 to 6% GDP growth. And this GDP growth is unstoppable. Today, world is looking towards India with respect. Today, I read in the newspaper, even the US economy is looking to Indian economy, how they've been able to sustain themselves and how they continue to grow. This is a classic example. And Indian entrepreneurs have done a great job in last few years during pandemic also, where we managed to continue our activity and during pandemic we achieved our objective. I think one of the classic case I have, which is fresh in my mind, is production of PPE suit. The PPE suit during pandemic, during COVID period, India used to import PPE suits. We were given a challenge from the textile ministry at that point of time, where Smriti ji told me that Udeshi, we need to produce PPE suits. What we did was, we converted the entire textile unit in Alok, which was acquired by us, to produce PPE suits. And every day in India, all together, including our production, India produced 300,000 PPE suits per day, out of which 1/3 was produced by us and 2/3 was produced by the rest of the manufacturer. India, instead of importing PPE suits, became exporter of PPE suits. That is a classic advantage. I think this is the willpower of the textile industry to come to a stage where you meet the requirement of government, where profitability becomes secondary issue and the need of the government becomes the primary issue. So that was the one case I remember. And I had the privilege to be part of the activity which we undertook. The other was producing swab. That's another classic case which I still remember. Once I got a call from ministry saying that we have spoken to Mukesh Bhai, and Mukesh Bhai has said you contact ABC, Mr. Udeshi, and he will help you to produce swab. I told her, ma'am, I appreciate your call. She called me at 11:30 at night. I said, I appreciate your call, but we are not a producer of swab. We don't know how to produce it. He said, I don't care. I have spoken to Mukesh Bhai. Mukesh Bhai, you may have spoken, but she said, I don't care. You start working on it. Okay. So that night, we had a meeting internal at 1 o'clock till morning. And with Johnson & Johnson, we collaborated. And on the 8th day of the project starting, we produced the commercial swab. Now, very interesting, the swabs were imported from China. PPE suits were imported from China. But those swabs were imported from China at the rate of around 17, 18 rupees a swab, and dictated by Chinese by saying, I will supply, we will not supply, not today, not tomorrow, kind of thing. From there, we challenged the whole thing and produced the swab at 1 rupee and 30 paisa and gave to the government. So, see, these are some of the things which matters, okay? And I find quite happy that we have contributed the government need of the hour. And the third thing was supply of oxygen. India needed 10,000 tons of oxygen during COVID period for hospital and medical use. So we were given a challenge again. So we mobilized all the facility within our system, moved out some of the oxygen which was going for a production of petrochemical or refinery, and made by a special vehicle, distributed that oxygen to the entire India. So 3,000 tons per day oxygen was supplied for, I don't know, 1 year, 1.5 years or so. So I did get a call from Smriti or other ministry that how much will you charge for oxygen or swab or PP suits. We said, no. Government, India and the country has given us a lot. And if India survives, people survive, we will continue to grow. So we said this is absolutely no charge basis. And you feel happy that you have done something for the country. Everything is not in terms of money, okay? There is something beyond it. Of course, you will get a reward always because, you know, there is appreciation from Prime Minister. He called us and then we were on the TV and all those things happened. So these are some of the interesting incidents I wanted to share. The other thing is, I think, urbanization which is taking place in India, which is critical for creating the market. So we believe that in next few years, there will be 50% of the people will be in urban. And once they are urbanized, it will create demand. So two things are happening. One, that earning per person is increasing from where it is today. It will become double in next few years. So your purchasing power is improving, and what was absolute necessary, like food was the only absolute necessary for survival, then you have funds available to make, we say, roti, kapda or makan. Then you start working on buying clothes and other things. So this is going to propel the overall growth of textile. I think financial freedom, we tell people that what freedom we have in India, the financial market as well as structured financial market, structured legal market, which, you know, protects your fee, which protects your money. This is not available in some of the countries we are talking about, Indonesia, Thailand, China, Egypt. Those are places where you have fund, but you have no protection towards IP as well as legal system. We were planning to put some investment in Egypt, which I was working on it. We came to a conclusion that it is a dictatorship there, and whatever facility they will agree today could be moved out with a scratch of pen. So we came to a conclusion, and that was my recommendation to my management, that here you will have me going in. I don't guarantee whether money will come back. So we decided to scrap that, and now we are putting up the project, a large project in Abu Dhabi for producing EDC and PVC and other things, right? These are what we spoke. Today, India is $140 billion, will grow to $250 billion in 2 to 5 years. This is cyclostyle. It has to happen. It's a need of the hour. It's a need of the people. So today we have 95-45 combination between domestic and export, which will go to 150 and $100 billion. So this 250, whether it remain 250 or $300 billion in short period, I think that is to be seen. I did speak about all fiber. So today, where we are today, I think the cotton is around, cotton will be 7 million ton available out of 20, what we need to produce, 300 or $250 billion. Remaining 13 million ton will have to come from man-made fiber, out of which 6 million ton is available today, remaining 6 to 7 million ton new investment will have to be made. So what are the advantage what we have? I think we are lucky to have end-to-end value chain, starting from refinery to naphtha to xylene to paraxylene to PTA, monoethylene glycol, polyester, the spinning, texturizing, weaving, garmenting. Everything is available. So this is the biggest advantage what we have. We have a large population, and population is a weakness as well as a strength for the economy, because it creates a market and demand. We have young, skilled workforce, easily available, and one of the lowest labor costs within the world. One of the lowest, saying. I'm not comparing with Africa's or the world, but I'm talking about developing countries' labor force. And I think we are quite efficient. And I'm sure that government continues to support in various ways, and we are lucky that government support and focus is there for the textile industry. We are happy today the textile minister is also commerce minister. So some of the decisions you take by the textile ministry could have been objected by the previous commerce minister. Today both are same. So suppose there is anti-dumping duty recommended by DGTR. Okay. And DGTR is a part of the Commerce Ministry. Normally, textile would object to any anti-dumping duty, but once you are in the same umbrella, normally they would not do it. So it's an advantage what we have. And of course, Commerce Minister, Textile Minister is a very dynamic person, and it helps to create, interact with him, because he is also professional and he understands the economics and he understands the payback what entrepreneur wants to put the investment. The other is the China plus one opportunity today. Earlier in a textile, it was only a China, 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 China. Today, we are talking about people are looking for alternative or some add-on to China. Now, whether we, the India, encash that plus one, or somebody else like Bangladesh, Vietnam, or Sri Lanka would encash it. So we have to be a little more aggressive to be major part of plus one. When you talk about $950 billion of textile globally, the small percentage of that China plus is a very large number in absolute number for India. So we need to be taking advantage of EU, USA, and other countries who are importing today China, 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 China plus, rather than allowing Vietnam, which has an export of $38 billion, such a small country. India, with such a large country, having $41 billion. So we lagging behind. we are losing our strength what we have and opportunity what we have. So I have been telling people, I meet a lot of entrepreneurs, encourage them, that this is your time where you need to encash the circumstances, geopolitical issue, and people are reluctant to depend only on China. Downstream investment also supporting the growth. So we are talking about a lot of spindleage being added to make spun yarn out of polyester, cotton, polyester, which goes only cotton. Looms have been added. So lot of improvement in quality of looms. We used to, and I used to go to Bhiwandi, we used to see only a khatakat loom. Okay. Today we are seeing a much advanced looms available and they are doing well. And of course, knitting machine for circular knitting and the thing. So those are being added. So it is supporting the growth. So we are talking about the right mix to be added. So I did tell you that Vietnam having export of large number compared to India. So we need to create better mix where you have much higher value addition compared to the rest of the world. The other area which is missing for us is production of technical textile. I think most of the textile here what we produce focuses only on apparel or home textile. But technical textile is the new sunrise industry which has a different application and a lot of growth will come from technical textile. So we do produce specialty fiber for geotextile, for making the concrete mix to make it stronger, number one. We do produce fiber for producing currency notes. So in Singapore, currency notes, you can't tear it because it has polyester in it. Then we have wallpaper. Okay, those are also, or we mix polyester with paint to make it stronger. So these are some of the things what we need to do. So we need to focus on technical textile. India is going to work on a lot of infrastructure facility, and this infrastructure facility will need a lot of fiber. I remember we used to give shortcut fiber, small fiber, which used to be mixed with making roads. We used to say that we will give you 100 years guarantee that there will not be any potholes if you mix X percentage within the mix. Now I know the guy who is using it is not going to leave, nor I am going to leave for next 100 years, but that's the confidence level you have in a product which will, and today most of the Gujarat roads are made out of that mix. So you see the roads in Gujarat, by and large, they are well maintained and you will not see potholes what you see over here. Here we spend large money in repairing the roads rather than creating a right type of roads. Okay, these are some of the where we are today as far as the cotton and fiber, and we have spoken enough on this. We also want to talk about the responsibility we have towards the society. We know fiber is not biodegradable. We know the bottle what you are having on the table is not environmental friendly. So here we started working on a program where you have a collection of bottles and we have created vending machines throughout India where these bottles are put into the vending machine. Normally vending machine you put money and you get product out. Here you put bottle in as a collection center and you get a coupon or money out. So that has encouraged a lot of beggars and other things who have now started collecting bottles from the road. So today you will not see any bottles floating around on the road because we have created a value for it. Today those bottles are sold at 45 rupees a kilo the fellow picks up the bottles and maybe around few kilos he collects and he gets maybe 100, 150, 200 rupees a day, which is his bread and butter for him. That bottles are picked up, sent the market, crushed, put into the water line and converted today into a staple fiber. So that is a typical recycled fiber being produced in India. Large facilities are available now. So today you will be surprised that 90% of the bottles being produced in India are collected and recycled into either bottle to bottle or bottle to fiber. In Europe, which is so-called advanced country, US, so-called advanced country, they have that ratio of 25 to 30% only collected. Rest of the things are going into the landfill. So, I am wearing a jacket, which by design I'm wearing, is made out of recycled fiber. Modi ji is wearing a jacket which we produced and give it to him, is made out of recycled fiber. So we talk about sustainable tag, so produce, pet to pet, bottle to bottle. I think these are some of the things. And today I think people, the brand owners, the large brand owners talk about, we want fiber, the content of the shirts or sportswear should have minimum 30% to 40% recycled raw material. So that has become one of the methodology or marketing gig for these guys. So we are talking about what will be the investment required for us to reach to that $50 billion magic figure. So we talk about how much will be required in polyester, BPA, monoethylene glycol. So roughly, I tell government that we will need around $15 to $18 billion as a raw material base to supply for a textile industry. Unless you create reinvestment economics, nobody will put up the unit, and the unit what are here are only changing cap. The names are changing, but new addition is not taking place. So I said, no, you need to create the reinvestment economics. So I think this is the kind of the reinvestment economics what we need. We need a lot of efforts from industry, government, and we have academia, and we have BITRA, CITRA, ITRA, ETIRA. But I tell these people that your agency, I am also on the board of BITRA, I tell my people, the BITRA today is more like an inspection agency rather than research agency. I want you to do some innovation, research. So do appoint a scientist who will do research rather than restrict themselves for certification work and stamping work, which is required for export or other things. So I said, that is not your job and my job. I am here so that we need to create something new which can be given to the industry at a price which will become your revenue structure. So all the activities have started, and we are seeing a lot of new research being done by different ETIRA, CITRA, BITRA, and other guys. I also tell IIT that you are having a research unit with you. You make some research, prepare pilot plant. What happens thereafter? So unless you take the industry along with you in the research activity, your research remains only on the paper, which has no use for the country, no use for the industry. So it is only academic advantage you are creating, but not creating a value for the country and as well as the industry. I think all of us, we know that a lot of mega park and PLI scheme and National Technical Textile Mission, 1,500 crores worth project has been given and 100% FDI is allowed for textile industry. So I tell people, every time don't go with a begging bowl to the government. I think the time has come where what you give to the nation is more important. I think people used to wait for the budget and रात को 12 बजे तक क्या होएगा क्या नहीं होएगा. But today budget has no value. You have import duty of 5%. How much it will reduce? How much it can increase? Hardly anything. So whether fiber, raw material, everything is a 5% duty, which is more or less in line with what is duty is, less than what duty protection, what China has or some of the countries in the Southeast Asia. So we don't bother about duties. Duties are irrelevant for us. The money will come from our efforts, our innovation. And I was telling gentlemen here, there were 10 large producers of polyester when I started my career in polyester. There were Herx, there were DuPont, there were Inventa, there were some large numbers. Today, out of 10, not a single manufacturer is even producing polyester. Why? Very simple reason. They didn't go for innovation. DuPont thought that we are a dada and nobody can compete us, but they could not survive. Because what you think a specialty today becomes commodity tomorrow. It doesn't remain specialty for a long period. So I tell people that you go on innovating yourself, look at the cost structure, look at the chemistry of the product what you produce, and unless you do that, you will be also one day will become a DuPont and forgotten that you are a producer of polyester. So I think some of the things what we need to, and this is a summary. Thank you. I may have taken a little longer time, but thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing the insight of the industry. It was a pleasure listening to you. With this, we'll move ahead, and I request our President, Mr. Nimesh Shah, Itamma, to offer a memento to our guest of honor, Mr. R.D. Udeshi, who is, once again, President, Polyester Chain, Reliance Industry Limited. Thank you so much, sir. You enlightened us with your knowledge. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. और मैं आपके 2 लाइनें अर्ज करना चाहूँगी अगर इजाज़त हो तो. सौ चांद भी आ जाए महफिल में तो वो बात कहाँ. 100 चांद भी आ जाए महफिल में वो बात कहाँ. सिर्फ आपके आने से ही हमारी महफिल की रौनक बढ़ी है. धन्यवाद. Moving ahead, Tata Power Solar Roof, India's #1 solar rooftop company, is the main sponsor for today's events. I would like to invite Mrs. Payal Shimal, Sales Manager, MMR Region Tata Power, to present on greener and more profitable tomorrow for textile industry with solar energy. Can we welcome her with a huge round of applause?
Very good evening, everybody. This is not the first time I've been attending this function. I think a lot of people already know me from the last year's presentation we did. And sorry, sponsors hai to na to padega. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Matre, Panchal sir, and Udeshi sir for a very enlightening session just now. This gives me a lot of pleasure to be connected again with Itamma, and we have been doing more than, last year we did more than 5 or 7 functions with you guys. And believe me, the response have been very nice, I would say. I'll still not say it is very great, but yeah, this year we are wanting you to be more involved into the, giving back to the industry, giving back to the society. And having said that, we'll start with the presentation, and I'll keep it as interactive as possible. And we would like to welcome all the members once again for this particular session of ours. Thank you. No, 1 second. Presentations. Are you operating from that side? I don't know what. Yeah, hi. So, good evening, one all. Once again, I'm Payal Shrimal from Tata Power Solar. I handle Mumbai Metropolitan region, and by and large, I'm handling all the rooftop sales and the open access category of consumers. Having said that, textile industry, as Udeshi sir was mentioning, that it contains a market of $3.5 billion. What again, I'm repeating from my previous year's commitment to you, that we would want to actually increase your profitability by another 30%. Because 30% of your expenses in any of the industry goes against the electricity consumptions. And believe you me, last year we have added more than 176 megawatts of solar power with the textile industries, and have contributed back to their strengths, their profitability of the organizations. All right, this is Akshara Textiles. This is 2 megawatts. Installation based out of Tamil Nadu. This is not working. Okay. A lot of you already have the solar understanding. A lot of you already have solar power projects being installed within your campuses, outside your campuses. Just a brief summary about how it works, how it does good to the environment. And how can we mitigate carbon emissions? All these things I'll just cover in a couple of minutes. Basically, what happens is when the sunlight falls on the solar modules, it just gets converted into the DC power, and this DC power has been interfaced into your electrical systems of the loads. Now, this load, like the solar, will be given always the preference to be consumed within the campuses. If at all there is any additional consumption or additional generation of the electricity units, it will be fed back to the grid. Depending on which state you are felicitated with the industry, the metering mechanism may change, like in the net metering, or maybe in the behind the meter concept, or maybe you can go for a captive consumption. So all these kind of electricity arrangements can be made within the campuses. Offsite also, we have the solar parks available now. And by and large in Maharashtra, we have more than 350 megawatts of installation been added in the last year. And out of which almost like 60 megawatts has been contributed towards the textile industry, textile giants, basically. Just the core benefits of the solar. The first one, it comes without say that more than 30 to 35%, and in some cases goes beyond 80%. Savings that we have seen in certain electricity bills. If at all you're producing your own power, you are becoming more non-reliant towards the grid power. And there is already a power crisis that we are foreseeing. and there's a lot of scarcity of the coal as well in the country. So having a renewable power source is the need of hour. Typically in the textile industry, the power rates are somewhere between 6.8 rupees per unit, and we have seen bills up to 12 rupees per unit. Okay, so wherever the cases are there, where the business cases are there is in the case wherein the 6.8 rupees minimum basic tariff is available with the customer. There are certain textile subsidies which are available. These are contributing towards the Maharashtra subsidy. If I'll talk about Maharashtra textile subsidy, talks about having a budget of 150 crores of money for textile owners, and if you are having more than 107 HP of power available, you will be entitled to be given a minimum of 2 rupees per unit subsidy. This is a textile industry subsidy, if at all you're there in that space. Having said that, there is also a new announcement for 10% capital subsidy for green initiatives. And if you add solar or wind power into your premises, and you may actually call for the subsidy from the discoms. Okay, so basically all these kind of financial assistance is already available in the state of Maharashtra at least. Having said that, in other states we have different mechanism of mitigating the power costs. Again, it goes without saying that the renewable power is already very good for environment. You can go for IGBC certification, LEED certification for your commercial and industrial complexes. And as you keep on adding the renewable energy attributes, basically you're going to mitigate the carbon emissions, because nowadays already, like last year, the SEBI has demanded top 1,000 companies to actually voluntarily deliver their ESG scores. All these things are already there in the space, and there's nothing which is not known to a lot of owners who have been seated over here. Only thing is that the speed at which you are adopting solar and the speed at which the country expects you to be growing, there's a lot of difference into it. And as a Tata Power, we want to be a part of that accelerated growth in this industry also. Having said that, there's already the accelerated depreciation benefits are diminishing each and every year. When I gave lecture last year, it was at 60% subsidy. Right now it's at 40%. Every year it is going to go. Some thumb rules, it's just a simple thumb rule that you will require 100 square feet of space for generating 4 units a day through a 1 kilowatt of solar power generating plant. Okay, so and basically this is a thumb rule across the country wherever your plants are, and saving will depend on the area wherein your industry is located and the metering policy of that particular state. Because this entire industry is a policy driven market, and this year already on 1st April there was a power increase which was already been declared by the MERC. That is, the power increase will be happening for almost like 10% minimum in the residential space, and in the commercial space it will go up to 38%. So basis your own category of consumers, that your power costs are going to be increasing. Now, so for that matters, opting for the renewable energy source is a need of hour for yourself also, so that the expenditure against the energy outflow is being reduced as per your organizations are concerned. Basically, departmental costs can be operating costs can be minimized. Yeah. So, as I was mentioning, from 35% to 80% electricity bills have been seen, I mean, like there has been a saving up to that level. And in Mumbai specifically, where power tariffs, at least in the residential segment, is going beyond 17 rupees or 22 rupees, this number is like almost like 80%, 95% also. Payback typically comes in 4 to 7 years, depending on what kind of structures we are proposing. And you name the type of terrain, you name it like RCC roof, GI roofs, or ground mount solution. We have all the solutions available. So, basis that, we have given a number of payback years as 4 to 7 years. As I was mentioning, more and more you will be producing your own power. You will be like almost like going towards grid independence. About Tata Power Solar, we started our journey in 1989 on National Science Day, that is 26th February. And from then to now, we have already shipped 2.2 gigawatts of modules globally, almost like 40 plus countries. And we already have 6.9 gigawatts of installation base across the country. And last year we have added almost like 0.8 gigawatts of solar in the in this particular space. What Tata Power does is we provide you the entire end-to-end turnkey solution, and we also provide you monitoring facilities, operation and maintenance up to the plant life. That is for 25 years. Because once investment is made, and if you are having a long-term lease with the MIDC or wherever your factories or wherever your production houses are, you would want to have sustainable kind of solution for your energy needs also. And this goes without a say. The plant life is beyond 25 years and is in line with your own visions, having your businesses for next 3-4 decades, at least in one particular location. So these are client base. As I was mentioning, we have 3,000 plus residential customers, and we have 176 plus megawatts of textile orders we have bagged in the last 2 years. And as mentioning, 60 plus megawatts in the open access space. DCM Textiles is one such customer. Last year we had been fortunate enough, there was somebody from the presentation this thing who was from DM Textiles. And also Akshara Textiles is one such consumer. These are the top rewards and recognitions that have been provided to us in various organized marketing areas. The first one being from the Bridge to India and Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. From them, we have been awarded as Best Renewable Energy EPC partners. As far as the offerings are concerned, we provide end-to-end solutions. If you talk about footprint, we are almost present in all the segments or micro-segments of the industries, starting from automobiles to poultry to retail stores. In fact, as a matter of fact, we are also associated with Reliance Retails and Reliance Industries also. We are there in hospital and hospitality sector as well. Information technology, all you name it, and we already have that footprint available, and having a market share of more than 18% as per the previous financial year is concerned. Udeshi sir was mentioning about this PET bottles and all these recycled products that we are having this space. The average consumption of power in that industry is beyond 1 megawatt, or maybe if you can talk about this thing, more than 22 lakh units per annum. So this is kind of investment the people are putting in their direct monies while they are expending onto the energy requirements. We as Startup Power have found out more than 22 financial partners to have CAPEX and OPEX offerings from our side. This is not moving somehow. And we are available within the campus and outside of the campus spaces. As I was mentioning, in the on-site cases, we have rooftop solution wherever, like, if you're installing your project within the four walls of the compound, it is called as an on-site project. If it is beyond that boundaries, it is called as an off-site project. There is a lot of policy disruption which has been done last year, like addition of green hydrogen and green open access also. So this market is going to be very, very competitive by the end of next year. And believe you me, if you are paying today, let's say 12 rupees a unit or something like that for your energy requirements, with this kind of innovative financial models that we are having, I'm sure minimum of 50% of the power expenditure will be reduced. We are also available in the group captive and captive open access spaces. So in the on-site offerings, we have grid connected system, off-grid system, and battery-based systems. And also in the micro-inverter segment, wherein if you're having your holiday homes or the villas are there, individual houses, bungalows, all these places wherever there is a less insolation radiation itself, all these places can be solarized. And we can even power up your ACs or whatever the loads are. So all kind of offerings are available with us, starting from 1 kilowatt and to any of the megawatts you can talk about. For the beautification of the premises that you have, we have solar tree offerings, artifacts. Solar tree is one such thing. Most of the industries are preferring these because it allows them to have their own branding within their campuses. The artifacts like bus ports, carports, or kind of recreation center over the roof of a house or something, all these things we are creating. We have done a very good project in Wellington Sports Club, that's Gold Club in Worli, and all these artifacts and carports installation have been done. In the off-site space, because wherever the power consumption is beyond 1 megawatt, there's a possibility that you can opt for the open access or a party power trade. So we are available in both the spaces. We provide the group captive as well as captive open access facility, turnkey base. And we also allow the third party open access power trade through power, Tata Power trading platform also. So business models and offerings that we have, CAPEX plus financing through banks. We have more than 19 banking partners with us, starting from SBI to ICICI Bank to HDFCs of the world, and various NBFCs are there like Ecofi, EFL, Electronica Finance Limited, SIDBI. All those people have been associated with us, and we provide an accelerated financing mechanism, like the turnaround time of almost 50 days to 30 days if you are wanting to go for solar tower. OPEX offerings are there based on your credit rating and the capacities that can be installed within the campuses. Leasing model, lease financial model is available with us, and group capital, as I've been mentioning, with a minimum investment of 7.8% of the project cost in the first financial year. You can actually save more than 80% of your electricity bills, depending on how much you're consuming in the daytime. Ancillary services, as As mentioned, the operation and maintenance of the plants and assets that we are constructing wherever we are going, and insurances through Tata AIG. And we also have automation system for the home and the office automation also. We also provide energy services through, we also do BEE certifications for your equipments, and we also find out the expected life of any of your machinery through our ESCO services. A typical impact on the solar site versus on solar consumer is like, let's say you are having a space of approximately 10,000 square feet, and you are able to produce a 100 kilowatt plant, and it will generate somewhere around 14,000 units per year. So what happens is, if you're right now having a bill which is escalating by 2.5% or 5% in 2 years from now, you'll have a flatter expenses towards it, because in the net meter sites, what happens is, whatever be the generation, it has been cancelled against whatever your consumptions are. Exactly, the tariffs have been matched against any other metering mechanism. So this is a typical example of site consumption. If this is a capacity for 500 kilowatt system, wherein the investment was somewhere around 2.25 crores of rupees. The average generation was 52,500 units per month, and the consumption was somewhere around 1 lakh units prior to solar installation. While we have put up the solar, there is already an import to the grid of 47,000 units plus. And what has been done is, if the customer claims accelerated depreciation benefits, the pack also reduces. On-site carports we are creating. This is the picture of Tata Motors Pune. This is 6.8 megawatt site. We are also in the residential segment. Very elite societies like Rahejas and Brentwood of the city are being powered by Tata Power. The one that you're seeing is Planet Godrej. This was claimed to be, until last year, highest building which was installed with solar until last year. We are going in almost like all kind of roof terrains, starting from asbestos to floating to facade installation and carports with an innovative design. We're also in Lakshadweep and Andamans as well. So that's the footprint that we're having. We're almost in all states of the country. These are few marquee installation photographs. The largest solar carport in the health sector is Apollo, then Gleneagles, then Eagles, in Kolkata. Brabant Stadium, it's 820 kilowatts. And largest carport, still it's Cochin International Airport. What do the customers say about us? Is our testimonials which have been presented over here. Thank you. There's Mr. Kirti who was wanting us to showcase certain list of customers that we have. So I just prepared a list for him, and I would just like to show it to you. These are the societies that we have powered in Mumbai. And all of them are having minimum of savings of more than 50%. Sorry. So we are almost available in every street of the Mumbai. you can play the audio. And that's all from my end. If you have any questions, I'm open to have a round discussion with you. Or else I'll leave it to Mhatre sir again. So much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for the presentation. So, a big round of applause for Tata Power, and thank you, madam, for sharing the opportunities for collaboration with Tata Power. I now request our president, Mr. Purvik Panchal, to offer the memento to Ms. Payal Shimal, Sales Manager, MMR Region, Tata Power, as a token of gratitude. Thank you so much. And. Now we have reached the most awaited time of the evening. We have reached to the Itamma Award ceremony. And with this, I would like to invite Mr. N.D. Mhatre, Director General Itamma, to share about the Itamma Awards. Can we once again welcome him with a huge round of applause?
In regard with awards, in order to take the vision of Prime Minister of India ahead, Itamma has introduced a special prestigious award, Make in India Award, which was started in the year 2015. Then a special award for recognition of patent was also included to encourage the Itamma members to initiate, develop and expand their contribution towards innovations and research and development area. These awards were given through BK Mehta Endowment Fund. BK Mehta was our past president, visionary philanthropists and trustees who had given human services to the cause of Indian textile industry and Itamma. Itamma Export Awards are there formulated to encourage the members of Itamma to develop and expand the exports of textile machinery, parts and accessories. This was initiated to recognize and reward the efforts of members of Itamma. These export awards are based on the classification of machinery sector and the accessory sector in the textile segments of spinning, weaving and wet processing, and is further categorized for large, medium and small scale manufacturers. A separate award has also been initiated for overall merchant exporter. These awards were offered under the J.G. Roy Endowment Fund. Mr. Jayantilal G. Roy, a district governor, trustee and past president of Itamma, rendered remarkable services to the textile industry. The nomination process followed by an evaluation by the jury is done for selection of the winners. To ensure a fair and efficient selection process for the awards, an independent jury comprising of eminent personalities from the textile industry is appointed. The eligibility criterion for the awards were carefully framed after studying the award schemes of other similar associations and was finally approved by the awards committee. This year we have eminent jury members including Dr. Anirban Guha, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, IIT Bombay. He has been for the Special Make in India Award. Mr. Mukesh R. Jadhav, Product Development Manager, Gold Seal Sar Gumi India Private Limited, who has looked after recognition patent awards. Mr. Kaushik Shah, CA of KK Shah and Associates, and Dr. Suranjana Gangopadhyay, Assistant Professor and former HOD, Textile Manufacture Department, Virmata Jijabai Technological Institute, Vijay, have looked after Excellence Award. We also formulated special award for Corona Warrior Award, where during the time of COVID, which was sponsored by Hansaben Mehta. She has come forward to strengthen the BK Mehta Endowment Fund. Also, we have started R&D and Innovation Award and Best Student Award, which is sponsored by Precision Rubber Industries under the brand of Precidex. Mr. G.T. Demla, who was the past president and trustees and have been offered Lifetime Achievement Award, has come forward and sponsored this award for Itamma. We hope that we have been able to support industry members through this initiative. Thank you.
All right, with this, we move on to the awards ceremony. Thank you so much, sir. Category of the award. The first category of award is the prestigious Make in India Award. And the winner of the award is Miss Siddhi Engineers, Ahmedabad. Congratulations. A big round of applause for her. I invite recipient of the award, Miss Prashant Gandhi, partner of the company, who will receive the award. I invite our guest of honor and esteemed member from Itamma to present the award and certificate to Mr. Prashant Gandhi.
Friends, due to some urgent appointment, Sri Udeshi has to leave. So I request our Governor, Mr. Jinesh Shah, who is already present here, to please come and offer the awards and join this.
In the same category, the jury has recognized the efforts taken by one more applicant and has recommended them for an appreciation certificate. The company is Mug Steel Wire Held Private Limited, Vadodara. Congratulations and a huge round of applause for Mug Steel Wire Held Private Limited, Vadodara, and the recipient of the certificate, Mr. Arpit Sidpura, Managing Director, Mug Steel Wire Hills Private Limited.
Mr. Dhijen Demla, Mr. Jugalji, Mr. Mayank Roy, please join, and Mr. Prashant Gandhi. They can also join for the award. Our Jinesh Shah, Governor, please join. Unfortunately, Mr. Udeshi has to leave, some urgent call, and so we were not able to meet him here for the award.
So, the third category of awards is Special Award for Recognition of Patent. The nomination for the Best Patent title were evaluated by the jury, and the winner of the award is Siddhi Engineers, Ahmedabad. Once again, congratulations and a huge round of applause for Siddhi Engineers, Ahmedabad. And with this, I would like to call the recipient of the award, Sir Elish Patel, Group Partner, Siddhi Engineers.
I have requested all past president, please. This is the occasion we are able to get all our past president on the dais. Happy moments, and thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah. No. आप लोग भी रहो ना। I request all past president to please remain. We are now moving to Itamma Export Excellence Award, the first category of the awards, top rank award for highest export excellence award for parts and accessories sector. Winner of the award is Mrs. Precision Rubber Industries Private Limited, Mumbai. Congratulations and a big round of applause for Mrs. Precision Rubber Industries Private Limited, Mumbai. And recipient is Mr. O.T. Agarwal, Vice President, Sales and Marketing, Precision Rubber Industries Private Limited. I invite I request all our office bearers, Mr. Nimesh Shah, Mr. Bhavesh Patel, Mr. Purvik Panchal, Mr. Om Mantri, please be there and join the award ceremony. Now we are coming to the fourth category of the award, Export Excellence Award for Spinning Accessories Sector MSME. And winner of the awards is Supertex Industries Limited, Mumbai. Congratulations and a big round of applause for Supertex Industries Limited, and the recipient of the award is Mr. Jukishore Pansari, Managing Director Supertex Industry. I also request Mr. Pradeep Kumar Pansari, Director Yogesh Dice, to please join the award. The fifth category of the award, Export Excellence Award for Processing Accessories Sector MSME, and the winner of the award is Mrs. Gurjar Gravios Private Limited, Ahmedabad. Congratulations and a big round of applause for Gurjar Gravios Private Limited, and the recipient of the award is Mr. Shubair Jainuddin Mahuwalla, Gurjar Gravios Private Limited. The sixth category of the award is Export Excellence Award for Processing Accessories Sector under Micro category. Winner of the award is Mrs. Century Inc. Private Limited, Mumbai. Congratulations and a big round of applause for Century Inc. Private Limited. And recipient of the award is Mr. Om Prakash Mantri, Director Century Inc. Private Limited. And Ms. Bela Desai, CEO of company. Ms. Bela Desai, kindly join. Yes, sir. The seventh category of award is Special Award for Dyestuffs and Chemical Products. Nominations for Special Award for Dyestuff and Chemical Products awards were evaluated by a jury, and winner of the award is Yogesh Dyestuff Products Private Limited, Mumbai. Congratulations and a big round of applause for Yogesh Dyes Products Private Limited, and will be received by Mr. Pradeep Kumar Pansari, Director, Yogesh Dye Chemicals, and Mr. Jugal Kishore Pansari, Managing Director, Supertex Industries Private Limited. The eighth category of the award is Merchant Export Excellence Award, and the winner of the award is Mrs. Gurjar Images Private Limited, Ahmedabad. Congratulations and a big round of applause for Gurjar Images Private Limited, and the recipient of the award is Mr. Shubair Zainuddin Mahuwalla, Gurjar Images Private Limited. we would like to felicitate our jury members with a memento for their contribution and support to execute the program today. I request Mr. Prashant Gandhi, who is the alternate chairman of the award subcommittee. Mr. Kirti Rathod is there? Okay, he is the chairman of the award committee. I kindly request Mr. Prashant Gandhi, alternate chairman, award subcommittee, to offer the mementos to any representative from Dr. Suranjana Gangopadhyay, assistant professor. She told me someone they represent. Okay. I invite Mr. Kaushik Shah, CA of KK Shah and Associate, to receive the memento from Mr. Prashant Gandhi. Round of applause, please. Thank you. May I now invite Mr. Mukesh R. Yadav to receive the memento from Mr. Prashant Gandhi. We have, the jury has recommended Mrs. Max Steel Wire Hills Private Limited, Vadodara, to be appreciated, to be awarded with appreciation certificate. May I request a congratulation and a big round of applause to Mrs. Max Steel Wire Hills Private Limited, Vadodara. And the recipient of the certificate will be Mr. Arpit Pura and Managing Director, Max Steel Private Limited. The second category. The second category of the awards, sorry, it was missed out due to this. Highest Export Excellence Award for Spinning Accessories Sector, Large Scale Manufacturers, and the recipient of the award is Mr. J.M. Balaji, Head Marketing, Lakshmi Ring Travelers, Coimbatore.
We now come to the felicitation and farewell function of the immediate past President, Mr. Dhijen Mehta. May I request, invite a guest of honor who's not present. So, kisko love? Who would? Sorry? Rest of them. Okay. So, may I request our other dignitaries to please come up on the dais and hand over the memento to Mr. Dhijen Mehta.
एक मिनट आइए माता।
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone. So I request all the office bearers to offer a token of love to Mr. Dhijen Mehta, sir. एक-एक करके आके बात करें. I said, I announced.
We didn't listen.
Acha, acha. All right, once again, I request all the office bearers to offer a token of love and respect to Mr. Dhijen Mehta one by one. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. So, moving ahead, Mr. Dhijen Mehta is the owner of Mrs. Ashton Green and Company. Mr. Mehta is also an associate of Concern Transport Engineering, the manufacturer of power transmission product, dealer and stockist of work reduction gearboxes and their spares. Mr. Mehta is also an associate of the Concern Med, the manufacturer of special purpose food cutting machinery. He has been serving Itamma as the chairman of Finance Subcommittee, a guide and help the directorate in the management of Itamma's building activities, leading to delivery of quality maintenance projects at competitive cost, including state-of-art renovation MC Gia Hall. With this, I request Mr. Dhijen Mehta sir to kindly come ahead and share a few words with us. Can we call him with a huge round of applause?
Sorry, I'll try to interrupt. We have to offer, staff will be offering yesterday's memory to Dhijen Mehta ji, Dhijen bhai. And I will also invite Bhavna Ben, our when I say staff, please join. All staff members, please join.
Good evening, everyone. Respected Chief Guest, Virendra Singh, Secretary, Department of Cooperation Marketing of Textiles, Government of Maharashtra, Shri R.D. Udeshi, who could not make it. Sorry, Mr. R.C. Udeshi, member of Recron Synthetics Limited, guest of honor, my colleagues on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. It is my distinct honor to high privilege to address you today to the award function of Itamma. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the award winners. When entire country faced through a time of COVID-19, at Itamma made an attempt to convert challenging situation into opportunity by organizing series of webinars, especially on the technical, technological, and techno-commercial aspects for our member MOU partners and expert panels. It is our pride for Itamma that Mrs. Hansaben Mehta, taking forward the family tradition and generously strengthening the BK Mehta Endowment Fund, which helped us to take the vision forward through the series of following activities. BK Mehta Memorial Lecture Series initiated from January 10, 2021, and it was completed by 14 February in April 2022. Development state-of-art conference room by BK Mehta Virtual Modern Library, BK Mehta Technology Networking Dinner Mission, some administration by building activity very officially attended like implementation of staff of CTC packages, settling long pending issue of one of our leases, Mrs. Nanubai and Company, with the support of Ms. Jinesh Bhai, Governor and Matreji, Matreji. During COVID-19 situation, Itamma Voice was publication signing of MOUs with Alliance Insurance Broker, Tata Business, Felicitation of Mr. Kirti Rathod, Mr. Suresh G. Vaidya, Mr. Sudhir Bhai, past President Itamma, and Mr. A.D. Bhagat of the Yeoman Services or to the Association of Time Achievement to Mr. M.D. Vora, past President Itamma. We registered about 404 members during the 2021-22 in my tenure. Itamma was offered a reciprocal honorary membership of All India MSME Association. Itamma, being a supporting association, was offered free stall to Gartex, Tax Process, India and Delhi from 3rd to 5th of March in December 2021. Itamma supported conferences at Malegaon COVID-19 and opportunity to Malegaon textile industry for adapting new normal organized by textile value chain general. Itamma organized 10 events, conferences and seminars approved by MHI all over India, Ahmedabad, Ludhiana, Solapur, Ichalkaranchi, Malegaon, Coimbatore, Pune and Bhiwandi. Seminar of Union Budget 2022-23 International Conference R&D as the approved by MSME was organized by Itamma on 11 March 2022. We also launched BK Mehta Technology Mission, Task Force Mission 2030 and had an organized BK Mehta Innovation Hub, providing a platform to the industry, to stakeholders and the academicians to the showcase their products to explore JVS technology transfer equations. Director General Technical met Textile Minister Mr. Piyush Goyal on 2022 at KC College and offered Itamma coffee book table to. Meeting had with Mr. J.T. Imla and Mr. Neeraj Thakkar, Director of Presitex, for finalizing R&D Innovation Award and Best Student Award sponsored by Presitex. Director General Technical was invited by panel speaker for webinar of industry for manufacturing sustained by 3i Expo and member of the jury for selecting the winners of the 6th IPF Industrial Excellence Awards 2022. Under the staff welfare activities, we facilitated Mr. Praveen Patel, liaison officer Ahmedabad, for his valuable services to the Itamma, and also had a staff to get together at Alibag, organized sanitizing camp for all our Itamma staff. Words of wisdom were spoken by Mr. Badresh Dodia, chairman of SRTEPC, who amended the event of his presence of chief guest Itamma Awards 2019-20, which were given across 13 countries. The year ended with the sweet memories of felicitation function of former President Itamma of Mr. Jugal Kishore for the year 2019-20 and Chandeshbhai Shah for the year 2021 for their immense valuable contribution to the association. I would like to thank everyone who have played the part of management ITMA and director of the textile industry who stood with me, helped me out in bringing success to their happenings. While conveying the best wishes to Mr. Purvik Panchal, immense past president, Mr. Past president, and Mr. Nimesh Shah, present president of ITMA, I wish to state that ITMA in the year 2023-24 had a foresight for providing business platform to its national and international level. Lastly, I would like to convey my best regards to all visits to incoming officers and ITMA director under the staff control, Shri Matreji, Ms. Bhavna Ben, Ms. Sonal, Ms. Yuvraj, Mr. Yuvraj, Mr. Nilesh and Ranjita Ben for wholehearted support, bringing ITMA to greater heights. To greater heights. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. And with this, I would like to invite Mr. Nimesh Shah, President Itamma, to deliver the vote of thanks. And let me tell you, young and enthusiastic Nimesh, sir, is currently partner at Britex Industries, which is part of Viper Drive Group. He is director at Transtech Overseas Private Limited and also director of Oil Gear India Private Limited. He holds an MBA in International Marketing from Cardiff University, UK, along with BE in Production Engineering from Bombay University, India. At young age of 45, he has played a key role in the ongoing operation of the group and has demonstrated considerable financial and marketing skills. I request you, Mr. Nimesh Shah, to kindly come ahead. Can we welcome him with a huge round of applause?
Good evening all. It is my great privilege to propose a hearty vote of thanks today during Itamma Award Function 2021-22 organized by our association. We would like to take opportunity to thank our chief guest who unfortunately was not able to make it, Sri Virendra Singh, and also our guest of honor, R.D. Udeshi sir. As we rightly mentioned by my colleague Purvik Panchal that the demand of man-made fiber textile is increasing as a substitute for cotton amid changes in global fashion trends. And according the demand for artificial textile machinery is also increasing. Considering these global trends towards man-made fiber, we feel that the presentation from Shri R.D. Udeshi, board member, Recon Synthetic was on the right one at the right time. He talked about the industry going from 140 billion to 250 to 300 billion dollars, where you're talking about growth of 100% in the next 3 to 4 years, which is a great opportunity for the Indian textile industry. Again, a huge opportunity from growing from 40 billion to 80 billion dollars is also on the right path. And with the man-made fiber holding a majority of, this opportunity of exports on polyester from 6 trillion to 12 to 13 trillion, million feet. So that's a brilliant opportunity which, the whole textile industry should explore and, have the vision of our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, and Make in India a success. We would also like to thank our sponsor, Tata Power, for their excellent presentation on solar power and its benefits, and also coming towards and sponsoring this event. Thank you very much. Yeah. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the press and the textile journalists for being with us, and I'm sure they will cover this entire event in their textile journals. And thank to all of you for your valuable time and wholehearted attendance. Now I would request you to stand up for the national anthem, therein join us for the cocktail and dinner. Thank you once and for all.
Thank you so much, and with this we come to the end of the show. Thank you.